We just want to create an ecosystem to our customer. Optics research basically is to conduct technology research, some feasibility study, and create a new technology, very conceptual things. And once we got the results from our research, we will just pass the results to the Optix Solutions to implement the actual system to our customer. And after deploying the system, we use the iDesign company as a IT operator, maintenance operators to maintain the actual system for our customer. That's why we create this entity, this structure to our customer to provide it.
So iDesign actually comes in after the fact. It's not really ICT consulting type services aren't at the starting point with a customer.
Well, iDesign basically is a company that I acquired in 2010. We are actually an AI developer, but at that time we realized that we need somebody to take care of the after-sales service, and then we acquired a company to provide this kind of service to our customer.
How have the AI techniques evolved from 2010 to today?
Well, the technology we are working on is basically the AI, machine learning, optimization, and the prediction. We collect a lot of data from the machines, and in particular, we leverage the AI technology in the maintenance operations. We want to predict the problem happening in the future, and we fix it before they happen. That is our.
How is that actually? So, what's been the operational experience in successfully predicting a fault and avoiding it?
Yeah, I can give you one example, which is the bus infotainment system in Hong Kong. We are actually managing over 1,200 buses in Hong Kong to provide a very good service for the bus TV service. And we use Jack, that is the AI system we call, to identify problem. We predict the problem to be happened. And we have an operation team that is basically belongs to iDesign to do the actual maintenance work to the bus company. And the Jack system is actually collecting different status from the system on the bus. And we analyze the correlations, we analyze the different signal and patterns to forecast the problem to be happened. Yeah.
So what are the inputs to the system out of a bus? In that example, you're monitoring a bus, you're trying to predict faults. What are the inputs?
The inputs is basically from different part of the component. Say, for example, for the bus infotainment system, it composed by over 15 different components: the monitors, the computers, the modem, some electrical power supplies, something like that. Each components, we do have a sensor there. We measure the vibration, the temperature, the different signal, the current, something like that. And then we collect all this data into a centralized Jack system, and we analyze the correlations between them. And then we will identify some problem to be happen next.
So what you're doing is, sort of predictive maintenance, workflow optimization. A lot of big companies are competing in this space, whether it's Oracle or SAP. So how do you differentiate Optix Solutions?
Well, I think a lot of giant companies like the Microsoft, like the one is General Electric is also working on this kind of technology. Right. But they will just provide platform to the customer to ask the customer to define the different mathematical models and let them to model their problem. It's basically a tool.
So the customer has resources that's actually helping you do the initial setup then in the form of the modeling?
Our differentiation point is exactly this one. We help our customer to define everything. And also we integrate the result, the work plan optimization into their operations. So we are not just to predict something. We are getting the insights from the prediction model and then turn it into actions to help their operations.
So a customer would initially engage Optix Solutions to help scope that problem, help scope that potential challenge. But once you actually implement a solution, what is the actual optimization result you're seeing today in terms of dollars or time?
Well, taking the infotainment example, infotainment system as an example again, in the old day, the other contractor using the very traditional method to do the maintenance, but their operating rate of the system is basically just around 60%. That means only around 60% of buses with their infotainment system are working.
It's not a good percentage.
It's not great. But after using this kind of technology, predictive maintenance, we can boost up the operating rate up to 95%.
Up to 95%
up
using
to 95%, because we don't need to wait for the problem happen and fix it. In the old days, it was very reactive, but
Right.
we fix it before it happens.
And now it becomes predictive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But apparently we do a lot more work, but the cost we can actually save around 45% of the maintenance cost.
Operating costs.
The
It's a good
maintenance
result.
cost, yes. That is a very big impact. Indirect revenue impacts to the advertising side as it increased up to around 50%, as I remember. Yeah.